Hey there, what's up, everyone? This is Isaac with the Bits and Pieces podcast. I'm here today to show you a little gameplay of Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition. And unfortunately, Nick and Gus couldn't be here with me today, but I'm going to show you how it is that I played Dark Souls. Now, if you've noticed, I picked a knight with a master key. And reason being is knights are a little bit like tanks, and the master key lets me open doors that I wouldn't normally be able to open. Of course, I won't be opening any doors that I'm not supposed to, but yeah, it provides like a little bonus. You don't have to be like a different class or anything to be able to get that key, which is convenient. Reason I like the knight class is because they have higher poise and they also have a little bit more health than any of the other classes. So it lets me tank a little bit more. I can take a little bit more punishment, even though in a game like Dark Souls here, punishment is dealt somewhat gratuitously. And now we're getting a little story, or it's the only story we're probably going to get in the entire game.
Shrouded by fog, a land of gray crags.
I'm pretty sure that this game probably has some of the nicer cinematics, but you don't really get to see them all that often. And when you do, it gives you a little bit of story, but not enough for you to actually really like get a lot. Most of the game's story is supposed to be like inferred or like made up by the player. There's like lore, but you really have to look into it, and it can be a little bit difficult. The way the cinematic plays out, it's very like Japanese in style, I guess. It's very reminiscent of like the like Japanese cinematography, I guess. These are some actually really pretty visuals, and if you can tell, normally this game would only like display up to like a 720 resolution, but downloading a mod called DS Fix, it lets you bump up the game's resolution to 1080. So yeah, that was a mod that I decided to install because I noticed it was like the game kind of looked grainy on my screen. Didn't really like it. So this modder by the pseudonym, I suppose, Durante, made the DS fix for it, and it really pretties up the game's visuals here. Unfortunately, though, you can't bump up a frame rate. It's locked at 30, but even then, it's still a very, very visually captivating game. See, the scale, this is kind of disgusting looking. Almost like they peeled the skin off of them, kind of. It says scaleless, but you know, like, you would have thought you would have just had regular skin.
But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain.
Now, I'm not sure if the dead character that you see on the floor there is supposed to represent the player, because since I play a knight and this one's male and all that stuff, I'm not sure whether it's the same every time we run it around. I'm pretty sure it is, though. But that part of the cinematic probably represents the player, I think. Then we get the ominous dark sign there. And we get a loading screen. Red Tearstone Ring. Wasn't even up on the screen long enough. Run away, little rat.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead.
This place looks very unsanitary. You would think an asylum would have a better
in this land,
sanitation standards, I think.
the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world.
And I do believe that's inhumane treatment that would never fly here in the United States. It would be considered a cruel and unusual punishment by anyone's standards. Little rats. It's funny how the roaches or insects or whatever they are just crawling along the edge of the room. Dump the body. It's kind of disgusting when you think about it. That dude's like really dead. Alright, get up, pillage that corpse. It's been a long time since I played this game. It's almost 2 months, I think. So yeah, I'm kind of getting back to using all the controls. Beating on the wall. Huh, that's funny. Alright. It's funny, the little red writing on the floor are like the game's only tutorials. And you could completely skip over them and not know what you're doing. But it also, another funny thing is, you can also find other players' writing on the floor. Sometimes it has useful hints, and sometimes people like just trolling you. Sneak attack. And he's dead. We can see another little zombie thing hiding there. Give him a good smack. It's funny we could hurt them so much with the stump of a sword. It's actually kind of funny. Who would have think they would have given me like a knife or something? That would have made more sense at least. Climb up. Turn around. And follow the hall, or whatever. We're out in a portico? Maybe a courtyard? I'd say the next part's a courtyard, though. These bonfires, I didn't know at the very beginning, they would respawn any of the enemies you had already killed. So, kind of like a double-edged sword, because they let you save your game and your location, but using them respawns all the enemies, like all the small mobs and stuff that show up, and it makes the game a little bit more difficult. I remember playing this my first time around. I learned that, and so I decided to avoid saving. That way I wouldn't have to like kill more enemies. But after dying a couple times, after making lots of progress without having saved, I decided it was a bad policy. So now every time I come across a bonfire, I always light and rest at it, even though it respawns the enemies, because I'd rather have to fight those enemies all over again, rather than losing a whole bunch of progress just because I happened to die once. And this guy's just gonna sit there and wait for me to come out. Run! Little sniper bow sitting there. Gonna pick up the shield. Gonna equip it. It's funny because in any of the menus that you use in the games never actually pause, so things are actively happening like around you, and it's a really interesting mechanic. I think it adds to the difficulty as well as it's explained by the multiplayer component of this game. And here we're going to pick up a sword, check that out, and the one that I got's better. It's got 82 rather than 80. Might use that for something else later, though. And he shot nothing. And smack him. Shoot. Smack. It's funny how there's kind of like this ragdoll thing that they do. Get a little bit more tutorial in there. And can't go up there. Turn around. And continue on this little side path. This part got me the first time I played it. Now, come down here, open that door for security. Run up back the stairs. And this part, spoilers, is a trap. There we go, avoided that, but I took a little bit of fall damage there. Talk to this guy.
Oh, you. You're no Hollow.
No, we are not.
I'm done for, I'm afraid.
It's funny how the game presents these concepts like Hollow and undead and stuff. So we're undead, but we're not Hollow, apparently, because like Hollow is like the next step after being undead. Something about like losing your sanity or something like that. So it's funny how they introduce the mechanic here, where you like when you die, you turn undead, but you still aren't insane. However, it also plays into other components of the game, such as like when you restore your humanity, which is something you can do. You I do believe you're allowed to engage with other players in multiplayer, while when you're undead, you can't. You also, I believe, can't kindle a fire if you're undead, but you can if you're human. So there's these interesting like limitations that you get, and I found that like it deepened the gameplay a little bit, where normally this might be like some sort of like hack and slash sort of thing. They actually made it more complicated, I guess. They don't ever like simplify the controls either. Some of them have like these really weird combinations that you have to do in order to engage something. So here, like, you just saw me read that, and I'm trying to perform a kick, and it's not working for me. I guess I'm timing it wrong there. And, oh, an enemy. Lock on. Dodge. Let's try to backstab him. And backstab failed. However, I did kill him. Ah, there we go. Kick. Kick. Try to do a jumping attack there. Let's do it. Jump. There we go. Let's block. Ah, there we go. We got another sucker here. And let's try to avoid him a little bit. Back up. Oh, there was a frame rate drop there. That was weird. Okay, he swings. He actually hits that one. And we take him down. More souls for me. Avoid that. And smash. Or slash, I should say. Slash again. He's dead. Let's take a look at this guy. This guy's gonna be a little bit tougher. He's got a shield so he can block me just as well as I can block him. Try to skirt around him, give him a backstab. And none of that worked. However, I did take down his health. It's really interesting how this game introduces the concept of stamina as something that you're supposed to like manage. Because in most hack and slash kind of games, you have to pretty much just smash on buttons until the enemies die. But here, you deal with the concept of not always being able to perform an attack or a block or whatever, or even a dodge, and stab. That didn't work, and that hurt a lot. That was a weird collider issue there. Fell right through him. Ouch. Dodge. No, run, 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 run. Let's see if I can skirt around him. Take that. Ouch. Yeah, I'm dead. Well, they did say this was the Prepare to Die edition. And get up again. Let's see. That could have gone better. Should probably stab him once I'm already on the way down rather than preemptively doing it while I'm still on the ledge. Well, suppose we should move forward. I got saved here at the bonfire. Gonna have to kill a few of the enemies though again. Oh. Here we go. Bowman gets his couple shots in, starts running. Come back, you coward. Let's see if we can't get to this guy. Alright. He's shooting. Missed. Let's try to get a backstab. Nope. Nope. Never mind. Drag him along with us. Alright. Sunny D guy isn't there, so I guess we'll just head on up. And here we go. Block that. We trade. Block again. Give him a good slash. Continue. Just 40 souls. I lost so many of my souls. Alright, let's see. Alright. Walk on. Avoid. Went all berserk there. And you went berserk there too. Let's see. Let's avoid this guy. Give him a smack on the back. And yet no critical. Dodge that. Dodge that one too. And no backstab again. Jeez, I'm really bad at this. You're supposed to be able to stand behind them and then stab them in the back for a critical hit. but I don't seem to manage to get that. See, that should have been a stab, but it wasn't. That's weird. Block, slash, skirt, slash, pick that up, longsword. Let's check this out. And it's not better than what I already have. Alright, well, might you find a use for it for something later. Traverse the white light. It's so foggy. And a stab. There we go. That worked. Worked fine just that time. Pick up my blood stain. Get my souls back. Alright, let's avoid this guy. He's gonna do his butt slam. Give him a smack. Something I noticed was Dark Souls bosses have a weakness to being smacked on their haunches. So usually it's a smart idea to go for the butt. Avoid that. And then smack him like, ouch, that hurt. Could have been worse though. Roll. Avoided that one. Smack, smack. Ouch, block that one, but it didn't work. Hopefully, I think that mitigated some of the damage that... Oh, screwed around. Got stuck on his leg there. Smack, smack. And he's dead. Victory achieved. I know there's a couple of other mods that you can get that change, like, the little, dialogues that you get after, like, dying or, winning. So... I do believe the one for winning on one of the mods is You So Best, which is really interesting. Interesting, I think, because one, their choice of grammar, words, pop culture. And if you notice that, there's like these footsteps that are going on. And it's supposed to be the demon that's underneath my feet. We'll come back for that guy later, though. Continue up. Actually, think about it. I think I might find a use for that sword right now. See, there's supposed to be this nest here, as you can see. If you dump something in there, there's sometimes a crow that comes by that gives you something in exchange for it. So, dump that sword there. Drop it. There we go. Normally you would hear like a voice saying that it wants something or something shiny or something like that, and it would exchange something that you gave it for something that you may not want, but you might actually want it. However, I do believe this is the end of the video here. I'll be saving this, and be sure to check out our podcast, Bits and Pieces Podcast, and our webpage on Wix. And have a good day.